faster, I better play faster, I better play in fewer touches.
If you work early, it's going to save you later. Keep moving again, pass again.
Well, welcome in live to the campus of Grand Canyon University here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. I'm Luke Larkin, joined by Philip Katafamo. Philip, the Lopes coming off of kind of a difficult road trip out in Colorado, out in Texas. What do you think here as they come home and play in front of their home team Havocs?
Well, just like the men's team, they struggled on the road, losing very, very close games. But now they're back home. It's been a month since the Lopes have been here at the GCU Stadium, and the Havocs are here, and they're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be exciting to see the Lopes having a difficult time scoring goals. Love to see them score early and often. All of their decisions have come within one goal. That's their only team in the NCAA that is the case. What keys do you have for them to win this match?
Well, the Sanderson Ford keys to the game, I've got play, score early. Score early and score often. Like we said, they've been scoring most of their goals in the back end of the games. It's most of their opponents are winning the game in the second half. So if the Lopes can get early here in the first quarter, get a goal off, get a couple goals off, they can get a big win. Next, play East and West. Spread the field out as much as they can. Against Houston Baptist, GCU was able to spread the field out, and they were very successful in doing so. So if they can go back to that game plan, they should have some success. And finally, get cooking. Mckenzie Cook has been a spark plug last season for GCU. She's been quiet so far. If they can get Mckenzie Cook going, GCU is going to walk away with a win.
Well, it'll be exciting to see if Mckenzie Cook can find that first elusive goal of the season. All of that action and more coming up next right here on GCU TV. Don't go away.
Thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
That is the Brophy Xavier Campus Ministry Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Paul Fisco. Also joining the team on the field
ladies
tonight
and gentlemen, to the beautiful campus of Grand Canyon University in the heart of Phoenix. Here, the the Lady Lopes are looking to face down Portland State. They're looking to come off of a difficult road trip out in Texas, out in Colorado, and come home, play in front of their home crowd, and get a big win. I'm Luke Larkin, joined by Philip Katafamo. Philip, what do you think the Lopes can do in order to win this match, in order to keep some hope here for these home Lopes?
Well, we talked about it in the pregame that the Lopes needed to stretch the field, score early, and get Mckenzie Cook going. But I'll say this, the defense has been a big, strong component for GCU. I know maybe the score chart doesn't say that, but they've really been good defensively, and it's led by Abby Burton, the goalkeeper. 42 saves coming into this game. She's going to get more, obviously, but 42. She leads the WAC right now in saves, and she's been picking up where Blakely Frosch left off from last season. She's been absolutely lights out, and the Michaela McGee on defense has been playing like a superstar. Very, very good defensive presence for GCU, and they're going to need it against Portland State. So if they can just overcome the injuries they've had, injuries devastate any team, but the Lopes are hoping to bounce back, and this is a great time to bounce back in front of your fans at home. You've got the home crowd behind you. You've got the Havocs behind you. You've got everybody rooting for you. The men's team just won at home. They remain undefeated. Now the women's, it's their turn to get a big win.
Well, the attention is turning to the Lady Lopes. Let's take a look at our Dignity Health lineups. A couple of key players to look at: Mckenzie Cook, still looking for her first goal of the match. Of course, Logan Van Dyne playing excellent defense from that left back position, and Kelsey Smith getting a goal on the road. She's been a very powerful presence here on the field for the Lopes. We'll see how that goes throughout this match.
Well, the Lopes are going to need a big game for Mckenzie Cook and really everybody else. Abby Burton, Michaela McGee, Hannah Nichols. It's a great veteran-led team, but they're also very young, and they're looking to hopefully score early.
We're underway. Cook on the ball. Through, but a little heavy. It'll run out for a goal kick. It'll be interesting to watch how quickly the Lopes come out early. I think they know they need to score goals early. Each match this year, all 8 decisions have come within a 1-goal differential. They're the only team in the NCAA, in fact, to only have 1 goal being the difference in all of their matches.
Well, it's got to say something about the defense of this team and the fact that they don't let up many goals. It's unfortunate that they do happen, but of course, you're not losing games 5-0, 6-0, 3-0. You're losing games very, very close, and it's at the back end. And we talked about it in the pregame. Lopes got to score early and score often, and this is a perfect time to do it.
Danger here. And unfortunately, Portland State able to get out to an...
Quick goal by Portland State. And we're pretty shocked because that happened in the first minute. A big breakaway by Portland State. A very, very wide open net. Gets right past Abby Burton. We had just talked about how good she had been doing. And, you know, just sometimes it happens. You see a big, big opening. And, well, that's what will happen when you leave the goal. It'll go right in, and that's number 3. That's Crystal De Ramos. And De Ramos gets things going for Portland State, and this is what we talked about. Lopes got to get things going early, but it sounds like Portland took our advice, and they got things going early instead.
One great touch by her, able to split the far side of the field. Here's a great through ball. Portland able to play defense against it, and played out to the center of the field.
Well, Kelsey Smith had a big opening, and it's unfortunate the defense just collapses and surrounds her. And, you know, GCU will have to try it again as they still retain possession.
That ball into the arms of Portland's netminder. And she'll set up here. Well, 1-0 early. The Lopes perhaps caught sleeping. We'll see here in these next pivotal minutes if they're able to respond. Well, Portland on the ball still. Good defense there. Gets it to Larson on the far side, out, and the Lopes will maintain possession with the throw-in.
Well, this is where GCU should respond. Even if it's not a goal, just respond with a shot on goal. Make sure that Portland State knows that, yeah, they got a free one, but they're going to need to keep playing defense because this team isn't going to roll over.
Opportunity, but into the feet of Portland, able to clear it out to the center of the field to real estate. Through ball there. Well defended by the Lopes, but no, it's back in. Burton comes up to usher the ball out of bounds. A strong through ball there, looking for Cook, but far too heavy. It'll run out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it looked like McGee wanted to get Cook on that cross, but just kicked it a little too far ahead of her.
Portland playing it out. Hill playing good defense. Back through to Hill. But it will run out for a goal kick. Good to see Hill getting forward on the attack, finishing those runs, creating space and creating opportunity along that side.
Yeah, Sandra Hill pushing the pressure as much as she can. We talked about stretching the field, and you know, she must have heard us because she's trying to do exactly that, get to the outside and try to make something happen.
Well, Portland electing to play in the back, but a takeaway here, just unable to capitalize. But it will run out for a throw-in for the Lopes. Lopes establishing themselves here in the middle. A strong switch across to Michaela McGee. Portland able to respond with some defense. Dangerous through ball there. Fortunately, able to get ahead to it. Runs out for the throw-in. Good work by the Lopes, able to get the defense back, even if you're giving away the throw-in. Well, another throw-in here for Portland. Danger here with the service across. Able to be cleared out to Cook. The through ball. She's got space. Can she track it down? No. Fangold able to come out, makes the difficult play, gets it out wide for a throw-in.
That was a great job by Abby Fangold to come away from the goal and kick that one away from GCU. If she had missed that one, it would have been a wide open net for Camry Larson.
Perry Belzer here with the throw-in. And that'll trickle across. Plenty of space. Looking for that real estate there on the left-hand side. Will run out for a throw-in. Well, a little bit of shock early as the Lopes unable to answer that very early goal. But they've done a good job stepping up here. Wouldn't you say, Phil?
Yeah, they've done a great job, and defense has been a strong suit for the Lopes, and well, they're going to have to keep the defense strong now, letting up that very early goal, and hopefully Abby Burton can come alive here and keep the score down to just one.
Well, service there, but into the arms of Abby Fangold. Flicked on. Finding real estate there. Out wide on the left hand, flat. Putting it across through the area dangerously. But out of play without issue. Lopes doing a good job on defense, especially with the ball rattling around there. Well, cleared out here to Mckenzie Cook. She's so fast. unable to get there, but does win the throw-in. That'll be Belzer over to take the throw-in. Well, the coaching staff relaying some information from the technical area, trying to get this team on the scoreboard. Just miscommunication there as Nichols was looking. Unfortunately, puts it right out of bounds for a Portland State throw-in. Nichols unable to handle it there. Lopes playing with it in their back line. Looking to find space. It's through to Cook. Cook with the opportunity. Beautiful move. Oh, it will just run wide. Just barely trickling past the wide open net. What an opportunity. What a finish. Just outside of the frame. Here, we'll take another look at that.
It's a beautiful look from Cook. She gets the space she needs, just pokes it a little bit too far left and unable to capitalize on the goal. But we talked about getting Mckenzie Cook going, and if she can continue to get opportunities like that, I'm pretty sure one of them is going to go to the back of the net.
Well, Portland looking here to respond to that chance with their own, but the Lopes come out with the ball into Belzer on the left-hand side. She has numbers in the middle, puts it across, and it's in the back of the net. What an absolute peach of a strike from Perry Belzer to, I believe that was Cameron Larson finishing it. Here we have the replay as the Lopes are able to draw even. Yes,
what an
it was
absolute
Larson.
Touch by Cameron Larson. And we talked about scoring early. The Lopes let up an early goal, but they get one right back, and now they're back in it.
Well, what a peach of a goal. Able to get it wide into space, bring it across for the Sweaty. Absolutely spectacular. Well, Portland trying to get back in here. They will draw a corner kick here. Lopes looking to play strong defense here with all 11 players back in the area. Here's the serve across. Brought out by the Lopes. But the danger is not averted. Back in. And that one from distance will come into the guiding arms of Burton.
Yeah, very easy grab for Abby Burton there. Like you said, right into her arms. Probably the easiest goal, probably the easiest save she'll have.
Distributing it to her left, just too far for Belzer. Cook here on the ball. Looking for Larson, but unable to connect. Belzer there with a good touch. The service in, and it'll run out over the goal line for a GCU corner kick.
Well, their first corner kick of the night, and it was Belzer last time who had that touch to Camry Larson, and this time just sails a little bit too far, and we'll see what they can do with this corner.
Ball to Cook at the top of the area. She brings it in. Looks a strong save there by Feingold. Out for another GCU corner kick.
Yeah, Abby Feingold just sticks her foot out in the right spot. And Mckenzie Cook, another opportunity. We'll take another look at it. It was a nice touch to Mckenzie Cook. She had the space, but Feingold just sticks her foot out right at the perfect time and takes another goal away from Mckenzie Cook.
Well, here's another serve into the area. That one will run to the far side, so we'll see another corner kick, this time from the far side of the field.
Well, maybe maybe the other side of the field will help a lot for GCU. Maybe give them a different perspective and hopefully get the goal in.
Well, the Lopes setting up here on the far side rather, looking to put a head to it. We'll see here as the service comes in. Feingold with the punch, but it won't matter. The referee has seen something that he isn't proud of, and so it will be a free kick coming out of the area. Good opportunity there for the Lopes. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize. Strong header there in the center. Brought down to friendly feet, but taken away. Portland State will kick it away. The Lopes will look to return. But unable to. Sandra Hill on the ball. To Nichols. Into the corner, but too much. Feingold will come up. Well, the women's basketball team is out here watching the game. All of the athletes here at GCU very vocal in their support of their fellow teammates.
Yeah, it's nice to see the women's basketball team out here supporting the women's soccer team. Not sure if they were here for the men's soccer game, but they're definitely here for the women's soccer game. Not that it's a big issue. Just not sure if they were here earlier. We didn't get a chance to see, but happy that they're here regardless.
Well, that one runs out for a goal kick. Burton distributes to her left. Unable to handle it, so it'll run out for a throw-in. Strong play here by Portland. They have a lot of confidence. They have a lot of confidence in their back four, but the Lopes are able to come up with the ball. Service there from Belzer, but unable to handle it. Belzer wins back the ball. Slight miscommunication there. She was looking for Larson. And here comes the counterattack. Able to get back and clear it.
It's always nice when other sports come out and support everybody. I know the men's volleyball team likes to come out to the women's volleyball team or volleyball games. And now the women's basketball team showing their love for the women's soccer team.
Cook here on the run. Chests it down, the touch. That one will find the back of the net. We knew it would only be a matter of time until Mckenzie Cook found her first goal of the season, and there it is. Well, here we'll take a look at the replay. Mckenzie Cook able to chest it down from the top of the area, just put it right through the wickets and into the back of the net.
Well, the Lopes, we said, get Cook and get Mckenzie Cook going, and they did just that. Her second goal of the night. I'm sorry, her first goal of the night. There we go. And now GCU with a 2-1 lead.
Well, the Lopes doing a wonderful job here. They let up the early goal, but they've been able to respond with 2 goals of their own. Don't go away. This one's going to be a high-scoring one. Well, the referee not happy with what he's seeing. Calls a foul against Cameron Larson. She's not thrilled about it. But her complaints will fall on deaf ears. A throw in here for Portland State. That one will come out for a Lopes throw-in. Belzer will take it. Unable to handle that one, and it'll run out. Well, perhaps a little bit too strong on the tackle. But Portland is rewarded with a free kick. A conversation over the ball as they decide what to do with it. Served in, but moved away by the Lopes. And that one in well wide. It'll be out for a goal kick for Burton. Well, if you're just joining us, quite the roller coaster of a match. First minute, Portland State gets the goal, followed by 2 goals by the Lopes. Quite the roller coaster so far. Mckenzie Cook finds the ball yet again on her foot, puts it into the middle, but just too heavy. Well, Portland with the ball again, moving up that near side. Looking to serve across. Good defense there, but just a little bit too strong. No, it looks as though the foul will come against Portland, and the Lopes will be rewarded with the free kick. Well, a couple substitutes getting ready down there in the technical area for the Lopes.
Always want to get the fresh legs out there.
Portland possessing in that defensive third. Puts it forward, able to find friendly feet. Castilla still on the ball. Good defense there. So the Lopes comes out to Nichols.
That was a beautiful move by Hannah Nichols. Get some space.
Larson on the ball. Put wide, but not wide enough. Cook trying to finish the job, but unable to. Portland will come up with the ball. They have numbers in wide, but a good defensive step there. Able to avert the crisis. Lopes doing a good job of playing around here in their back four. McGee to Cook. In the area, cuts back, but just too heavy. Well, and as the ball runs out, we will get those substitutes. Looks like Breely Hawkins and Sarah Inafuku will head on for the Lopes. They'll replace Noah Johnson and Cameron Larson, the goal scorer. Or one of the goal scorers.
One of two, yeah. Mckenzie Cook finally getting her first goal.
Edwards putting it in, but too heavy. It'll run for a goal kick. Some play there in the middle. And the Lopes quickly able to snuff it out. That'll run out for a Portland throw-in. Into the corner. The service across, but too heavy for anyone. Able to maintain possession. But the takeaway and the subsequent foul will change the possession to the Lopes. Well, perhaps looking for that quick restart. Unfortunately, the strikers were not aware of that, so they let up, and that ball ran all the way down. Well, the Lopes doing a very good job so far, building up from the back, using that back four, finishing their runs. Absolutely spectacular match so far for this team.
Yeah, the Lopes are really playing well on both sides of the ball. They started out so shaky in that first minute. They lit up that goal, but now they've just been taking right back over, playing great defense, scoring when they can, and the opportunities are there. They're taking advantage of it.
Well, a foul there against Michaela McGee. Assistant referee was not pleased with the hands.
Yeah, what number are you? 21 for 3. Kelly! On deck for Portland, 21 for 3. Thank you.
And the Lopes able to get that out wide. Puts it in for Cook. Cook on the ball. Puts it wide for Belzer. Belzer with service. Back to Cook. A great diving save there by Faingold.
Yeah, another great punch out by Abby Faingold. And again, Mckenzie Cook, pretty good opportunities at the goal. She had that one that was off of Faingold's foot, and now Faingold punches one out. GCU, the opportunities are there. They're getting shots on goal, and Coach Leader's got to be happy about the adjustments they've made.
Well, that ball out without threat.
Yeah, Chris?
The Portland State will reestablish with this goal kick. Feingold distributing to her left. Lope stepping up. And that'll run through. Danger here as the ball runs into the area. The shot across, but off target, so it will run out for a goal kick. Dangerous opportunity there as perhaps the Lopes caught sleeping a little bit.
Well, no harm done. That's the most important part. Score remains 2-1. GCU still leading in the 28th minute. I'd rather have that all game than have them put the ball in the back of the net.
Well, too hot to handle there. Portland able to come up with it. Brings it to the corner, but it'll run out for a goal kick. A bit of back and forth soccer here in the middle of the field. Not a lot of possession. Fortunately, the Lopes able to capitalize on the couple chances that they have had. 4 shots on goal. Of course, the 2 goals. Portland State with only the 1 shot on goal coming in the form of that goal. Strong here. Dangerous look there as it was passed across through the area, but played out.
23 and 13.
We will get substitutes here. Carly Bateman for the Lopes.
I'm going in for number 20.
Liv Gillings for Portland.
Number 10. I'm so sorry. Keep the energy on the bench, Mike.
Good tackle.
Portland State able to get the ball in the center there. It's it in wide. It'll run out in their favor. Well, another substitute. Jackie Hutchler heading on for Portland State. This one looking for Cook, but perhaps too heavy. Cook doing a good job, though, of stepping up and creating a little bit of chaos there for Portland State's back 4. Well, that one running out for a GCU throw-in. Portland State maintaining possession. Played back to the back 4. Great defense there by McGee. Cook forward, pressuring, but the ball will get through and find real estate on the far side. Passed on. Good defense there by the Lopes. But the threat isn't over. And that one runs for a Portland State throw-in.
Good.
Well, good defense there. Able to clear that out, let everybody establish. Well, pulled down there. The Lopes will pick up the free kick, play about through their back four. Belzer finding space. A little bit of a shot pass there, will run wide out of bounds. Well, the distribution from Feingold finds friendly feet. The referee unhappy with the amount of contact, calls it back. That ball's into the far side. But the Lopes are able to take it away, get it out to the middle. Cook able to throw it in wide, but perhaps too heavy. Well, McGee doing a good job there on the ball. And that'll run out for a GCU throw-in. Well, heading into the 36th minute of play, rather. It's been an exciting match so far.
Yeah, it's been absolutely great, especially on the side for GCU. They did exactly what we said in the pregame. Get started early and get going early. Mckenzie Cook and Camry Larson both with goals early on after letting up that first minute goal. And now all GCU's got to do is just play strong in the second half and hopefully walk away with a win at home.
Well, danger here with Portland State knocking on the door on the far side. Here's the serve. Strong defense there with the header. And we have a Lope down hard on the ground. It's like Kelsey Smith.
Yeah, that is Kelsey Smith, a big leader on this team. And thankfully she's getting right back up, so she'll be okay.
Well, I don't think there was any malintent there. I think they just got tangled up. Player knew it right away. That's why she didn't fight the call at all. Good to see Smith getting up and continuing.
Yeah, Kelsey Smith coming back for her 5th year this year. Going to add that veteran leadership to a relatively younger team, along with Mckenzie Cook and a handful of other Lopes coming back for this women's soccer team. And just like the men's team, they're not in a rebuild, it's a reload. They're getting younger talent, some fresher talent, and it's been, for the most part, paying off. Close games will be close games, but the Lopes are playing really, really well in this one.
Well, they absolutely are able to score those early goals. Most of their goals coming very late in the match, so spectacular to see them able to finish on some of those opportunities early here.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Leader is really starting to make the adjustments from that road trip and really setting the bar early. I know that, you know, Hannah Edwards had said that, you know, she wanted the team to be the team that scores first instead of the team that gets scored on first. Now, of course, it's a different case tonight because they were scored on first again, but they get two goals right after that. And Hannah nailed it on the head by saying the switch was going to flip, and it flipped tonight.
Well, the Lopes doing a spectacular job, able to respond to that early goal by Portland State, an absolute stunner. Able to respond strongly and have been responding strongly this whole match. Well, it'll be a throw-in. That one will run along again for another throw-in for the Lopes.
Number 26. 26? Yeah.
Well, that one in to the area, but into the arms of Abby Fangold. Let's talk really quick about the bookends of this match, the two Abbies on either end.
Yeah, Abby IE and Abby Y. Abby Y on the Lopes, Abby Burton, and then Abby Faingold, I'm sorry. Both playing pretty well so far. Burton hasn't really had an opportunity for a save, but she did have an unfortunate goal early on. But on the flip side, Faingold has let up 2. And she also on her resume has 2 saves. She had the great punch out, and then she had the one with her foot. Both Abbies so far playing pretty good, let up goals. Thankfully on the opposite side for GCU, they are leading. So not too much pressure on Abby Burton. It's going to be more pressure on Abby Faingold with the Lopes leading 2-1.
Well, of course, the one shot from Portland State coming very early in the match in the first minute. That resulted in the goal. 4 shots on goal by the Lopes. Doing a good job converting on those chances. Here we have Burton distributing to her right. Able to find friendly feet. And that'll run out for a goal kick, or a throw-in. Well, another substitution here for the Lopes. Jennifer Pippin will take the field. About 4 minutes left here in the first half. Strong defense there. Finding space on that far side. Skirts 2 defenders and passes to the center. Able to switch the field successfully. But that one will run past and out for a GCU throw-in. Well, Portland State able to come up with the ball. Back and forth there in the middle. Lopes emerge with it to Belzer. In just too far for Martinez. But the Lopes come up with it. Smith looking for Martinez. Good defense there, able to clear it out for that throw-in. Well, the Lopes will let that run out for another throw-in. They'll take it quickly. That one will escape the area. Good strong defense there by Kelsey Smith. Elects to take the quick restart on the free kick. That cross perhaps too low, able to be defended out. Well, danger here with Portland having numbers back. Well defended. Belzer will put it through, but it will be offsides. Andrea Martinez looking to get that, but just too excited.
Yeah, Martinez had a lot of daylight. Had she gotten that one clean, definitely would have been a big opportunity for GCU. Maybe extend this lead 3-1, but just kicked a little bit too far ahead of her.
Undrawn offsides. Good trap there by Portland State. About a minute left here on quite the raucous first half. That one cleared out for a throw-in. Well, the Lopes happy to keep that in the corner. Be kicked out for a throw-in. One more chance here for Portland State. Shot into Burton, and that will take us to the halftime.
Yeah, great save by Abby Burton to close out the first half. GCU leading 2-1, and they're carrying all the momentum in the world towards the second half.
Well, an absolutely great job by the Lopes. You know, if you blinked in the first couple minutes of that match, you would have missed the first goal. Great job by Portland State to get out there, get that early goal, but responded to by the Lopes.
Yeah, you can say this is almost like a game of opposites. Usually GCU, it's more of a second half game. They end up losing those games in the second half, just, you know, due to maybe strategy or game plan or I don't know, but they happen to just find all this unfortunate luck in the second half. But now it's sort of flipped. The other team scores first in the beginning of the game. Then GCU answers right back with 2 more. Gotta love whatever strategy Coach Leader's doing because it's working. They got Mckenzie Cook going. Camry Larson with a great goal. The defense has been strong ever since that first goal. Abby Burton got her first save. GCU's sitting pretty right now going into the second half.
Well, the halftime entertainment will take the field. The players will go take a much-deserved rest. We will step aside here. Don't go away. More Lope soccer to come.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Time. It's time for laughter. And for for play, time for celebration and adventure. Summer is the time to share moments and create memories. Time to make the most of the long days and warm nights full of laughter and light and moments to remember. It's time you slowed down, time you switched off and forgot about time. When we look back on the life we create, the relationships we've nurtured, and the young ones we've raised, let this be the time we remember. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Well, welcome back in to GCU Stadium as we have perhaps a future men's soccer player there taking a penalty kick. Absolute stunner.
Yeah, men's and women's soccer player maybe in the future.
Now we'll have to get the coaches looking at those two players. But what a great match so far for the Lopes. Able to come out, able to respond to early adversity. Now let's take a quick look here at our GCU Hotel halftime highlights.
Well, they start off that first goal right out the gate, literally in the first minute of this game, and GCU starting out on the wrong foot. You know, something that has been expressed very frequently by this team is that they don't want it to be scored on first, but it was the way they responded. They responded the way they should have responded, which was right out the gate, score 2 quick goals. Mckenzie Cook with some nifty moves there to get open, and then here it was. This is a beautiful touch, a beautiful cross to Camry Larson, poking it right into the goal. And then right after, we talked about Mckenzie Cook from the beginning. We said we got to get her going. We got to get her on the scoreboard. We got to get her scoring goals, and she does that right here, right past Feingold's feet, right into the backside of the net. Mckenzie Cook absolutely on fire. And then Abby Burton, there's a reason she leads the WAC in saves, and it's right there. Her first save of the night to solidify the Lopes lead going into the second half.
Well, Burton perhaps not quite ready at the beginning of the match. Portland State able to capitalize on that and get that early goal. But like you said, the Lopes responding very quickly. Welcome into the booth, Luke Larkin alongside Philip Katafmo. Philip, they've done a wonderful job not rolling over and not giving up. Absolutely spectacular. Hopefully more exciting stuff to come in this second half.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. The Lopes needed to score early and score often, and they did just that. They got one to tie the game up, and then Mckenzie Cook came right after and scored another one. This team has had trouble in the second half, and for the most part, they were shut out in the first half. But now, for the first time, the Lopes are leading in the first half this season, and hopefully they can capitalize and change things around because they've done that in the first half, and hopefully stay strong in the second half, don't let up any early goals, and hopefully walk away with a win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes have had a hard time with those late goals. All of their matches being decided by one goal. This match so far following that blueprint. We'll see in this second half if the Lopes are able to put the icing on the cake and put this match a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, and following that blueprint in like a really weird, unconventional way. Like we said, it's usually a second half game for the other team. They start out right out the gate, minute in, Portland State scores. But the Lopes respond, and if they can stay strong and score again, even if they give up a goal and they can have another response like they did last time and score 2 quick goals, GCU should walk away with a win.
Well, they were strong here in the face of adversity. Hopefully, they'll keep getting that production from their veteran players in Mckenzie Cook, excuse me, and their defenders. So let's toss real quick to Calvin Kissy of the men's team, all the way from Cyprus. He is tonight's Lope Spotlight.
Habits maintaining that energy here into the second half.
I've never experienced anything like that. It was like a dream. So those people was like screaming your name. It was crazy. Just trying to block it out, the white noise, and to give that extra lift was crazy. I've never experienced anything like that before. Yeah, of course, there's loads of butterflies in your stomach. I just wanted to go out there, just play for the fans, play for your team, try to get the victory.
Rivera sends it up, trying to cut back, drag, left foot into the box, headed out.
Early on, my head I missed. I saw it back in the video. I could have done way better than I did, and I know next game I'll take the opportunity and score more goals.
Dia has the Lopes on top 1-0 opening half. Kissy pushes it up, out muscles. Kissy far side, goal! Just out-muscled his way through. Went far corner, 2-0.
His power to body players up, disrupt the situation, gets to the ball first, and then it's just pure strength.
Ramirez crossed the ball in, and I knew I was going to be first to the ball, so I knew I had to fight against the two centre backs. That's what I do. I fight. I'm never going to stop running at any time. So it was a 50-50. So I jumped into the one centre back to win the first 50-50, and then the flick on with my foot to win the second 50-50, and I defended the centre back with my left hand, and I just shot far post. I saw the keeper off his line. I gave him the eyes, and I put it in the far corner. I told my friends and like my girl back home that if I score, I'll have a little celebration for her and for them. So yeah, so her name is Charlotte, and then the heart to my family and her. So that's the celebration I have.
Strength and determination and a little bit of tenacity to get that goal and make it 2-0 for GCU.
It was good. Obviously, as a striker, you want to go in scoring your first goal, get rid of the butterflies. Because when I don't score a goal, of course, I'm frustrated with myself. Going back to the training room thinking, what can I do better next time? And obviously, it's good to get a goal.
Shellis Hyndman wins his 488th career game.
He's always telling you just to keep going. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. There's always going to be a chance for you, especially as a striker in the box. Take your chances. He always gives you belief. He never says to you, you're not good enough or you can't do anything. So he just gives you that. He gives you that confidence as a striker in yourself, and you need that as well. So that was in my head. I just kept that mentality to just keep going, and I knew I was going to score that goal. So go Lopes. The season's going to be a great season. Thank you for coming out, supporting us. The season's going to be unreal. I'm excited to be here as a freshman and looking forward to more years. And
Well, what an outstanding player. What an outstanding young gentleman. No, Phil, we mentioned him during the broadcast of the men's game. He got a goal. We mentioned Mckenzie Cook during the broadcast here. She got a goal. Perhaps they should start paying us a little more to mention more players.
Yeah, it seems like we're a little bit of a lucky charm here. Of course, we didn't mention Camry Larson, but she also scored for GCU. And Calvin Kissy had a huge goal in that men's game, really changed the game for GCU, and in fact was the only goal for that game early on. And the men's walked away with a win, and hopefully now the women's team will walk away with a win. And you know, if they can keep the momentum here in the second half, they should have no issue.
Well, one of the things I absolutely love about Calvin Kissy is the way he approaches that match. He was the hero of that match, but he looked at it and said, there's ways I can improve. There's ways I can fix my game. That header was one of the things that really stuck with him. It's great to see him being a competitor, working with Coach Heineman, and getting back out there and improving his match.
Well, you know, on paper he is technically a freshman, but that mentality does not follow him. He is for sure, he's got a veteran presence out there. He's got a veteran mindset, and he is absolutely ready to hopefully lead the Lopes in another home victory against Akron next week here at GCU. But right now, Hannah Nichols, how well do you know her? Let's find out in this episode of This or That.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Puppies or kittens?
Oh gosh. Kittens.
Reality show or scripted show?
Reality.
Dine in or take out?
Dine in.
Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Treadmill or trail running?
Trail running.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Pancakes or kittens?
Oh my gosh, kittens.
Reality show or dine in?
Dine in.
Ninjas or cash?
Cash.
Trail running or sunsets?
Sunsets.
Kittens or dine in?
Kittens.
Cash or sunsets?
Sunsets.
Kittens or sunsets?
Kittens.
Well, a bit of a surprise there at the end, choosing kittens over sunsets. I would have probably chosen sunsets.
Well, I've got a cat at home, so I for sure would have chosen kittens, but sunsets are always pretty great.
Well, a little bit of halftime entertainment down there. Of course, we get opportunities all the time to interact with the players, get to film fun videos like how well do you know the players. Go check this or that content out on our YouTube channel to go get to know the Lopes. There's a whole lot of stuff on there. There's stuff for prospective students. There's stuff for people thinking about coming back to college. There's stuff for just about everyone, so go check that out.
Yeah, youtube.com/GCU. We've got a little bit for everybody, and there's another This or That episode with Tegan DeFalco, member of the women's volleyball team. Very informative as well. A lot of fun. We love making them and get to know the players a little bit better and get to know the school a lot better.
Well, about a minute left until the second half commences. Let's readdress those Sanderson Ford 3 keys of the game.
Well, we talked about it early on. Score early and score often. GCU's games have been decided in the second half and usually very, very close. Just like this one, it is a one-goal game, 2-1, and GCU's just got to keep the pedal down and not get to those second half woes. East and West spread the field. They've been doing a great job of spreading the field, getting opportunities when they come. They're drawing Feingold away from the goal. It's led to a lot of opportunities for GCU, and they're playing fantastic by stretching the field, just like they did against Houston Baptist. And get cooking. The Lopes have been cooking. They've got that crock pot mentality. It's on slow, and they are going. Mckenzie Cook is absolutely on fire. She got her goal for tonight. We talked about getting her in the game. Camry Larson got a goal. Now GCU's just got to finish it in the second half.
Well, the players have taken the pitch. We're closing in here on the second half of play. We'll see how things changed during that halftime, what instructions were given to either team. It'll be exciting to see. The Lopes definitely struggle with those late goals. Their matches out on their road trip, all of the game-winning goals coming very late in the match. So the Lopes need to do a good job here of locking down the defense and perhaps going out, getting another goal, stretching their lead just a little bit. They've had trouble doing that, of course, every match this year coming by a one-goal decision. They're the only team in the NCAA, in fact, that still has all matches decided by one goal. The Lopes doing a good job here in front of the home crowd. Got some Havocs behind their home net over there, making sure Abby Burton knows they're there in support. They're ready to go. Here, Portland State will take the field, and very quickly we'll be underway.
Well, we talked about it being a little bit of an unconventional game for GCU. Usually in the second half is when the scoring comes, and this time the Lopes were able to get on the board right after Portland State did in the first minute. Maybe now it's GCU's time to score a goal early.
Well, we'll see here as the Lopes put it in along that sideline. Puts it into the area, but too heavy. Feingold will come up with the ball. Distribute to her right. Good step there. Portland State able to maintain possession. Well, we saw this a lot during the first half. Portland State not afraid to play around that back four, maintain possession, build up through the back. There, that through ball runs just too far. Kelsey Smith able to get the ball and clear it out. Well, strong defensive play there. We'll run out for a throw-in. Danger here in the area, and it goes off the side netting.
Yeah, great look for Ellie Vassie over there on the far left, but just kicks it off the side of the net, thankfully for Abby Burton and GCU. No harm done. And again, Portland State threatening early in the first part of this second half, much like they did in the first half.
Well, fortunately, that early goal ran wide, hitting the side net instead of finding the back of the goal. Lopes able to come up with the throw-in here, the near sideline. Smith with the throw-in. That will go back out for a Portland throw-in. We'll reset, go back the other way. Well, a good move there, but met well by the Lopes, able to reestablish. Puts in the through ball, but just too heavy as Feingold comes up with it. Feingold distributing to her left. Nichols with the header. Well, a handling offense going against the Lopes. Will be a free kick right in front of the fourth official. Well, and they'll push them back to the other side of the halfway line. Served in here. Able to run through without finding anyone. Still dangerous.
Well, great job by GCU to clear that one out. Again, no harm done, and Portland State's going to take advantage of at any opportunity they have.
Well, the Lopes perhaps moving into a defensive stance, allowing Portland State to take that halfway line. That ball looking for Cameron Larson, but too heavy. And we'll run to Feingold. Strong play there in the middle of the field. Able to find friendly feet on the near side. Hill on the ball. The serve. A good touch, just wide. Will run out for a goal kick.
Yeah, again, Camry Larson with another opportunity. Just tries to side kick it in and unable to get the boot, but it goes out of bounds. The opportunities are there for GCU, just, you know, sometimes they just don't go your way.
Ball in the air in center field. Still looking for a home, Smith. Down to Nichols. And that will be a free kick in favor of the Lopes.
Yeah, very obvious foul there. A little bit too aggressive from Portland State, but now GCU's just got to take advantage.
Edwards there with the restart. Well, perhaps a heavy touch there as passes back to the defensive line. Smith. And that one will be cleared away. Well, Lopes doing a good job here. Showing a lot of confidence on the ball. That one will run through to Whitaker. And back to Burton. Cook on the ball. Just unable to handle it. But the technical area is absolutely outraged with what they saw. I'm not entirely certain what they saw, but all four coaches up, waving their arms about. The referee evidently did not see anything, though they're having quite the conversation from a good 30 feet away. Portland here with the free kick. Well, perhaps some tempers coming up here. The referee will stop the match and come back to count out the 10. Interesting bit of gamesmanship here. Typically, you'll see that this will just be a very quick, non-traditional restart. They'll be able to get back into the match and keep the flow going.
Well, it seems like Portland State didn't really like the positioning of the GCU defenders, and Coach Katie Burton not liking that the Lopes weren't 10 feet away, so she had the referee measure it out just to make sure the Lopes were standing in the right position.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit of frustration coming to the surface there. Portland still in dangerously. No foul there in the middle. And cleared away by the Lopes. Well, danger there in the center of the field. Possibly could have been a penalty. The referee only about 3 yards away, signaling no. Very fortunate for the Lopes with only one goal.
Yeah, the Lopes playing pretty strong defense. We know that the second half is somewhere where they struggle, and they're flipping the script tonight. Hopefully they can keep playing strong and walk away with a win.
A good takeaway there. Looking for space on that far side, but unable to get it there. Still after the ball. Hill to Smith. Smith will put it through. That'll run out for a GCU throw-in.
field 21. Thank you.
And Perry Belzer will take the pitch for the Lopes. She's certainly had her fingerprints on this match with the assist in that first goal. She'll take the throw in from deep in the attacking third. Looking for friendly feet on the volley. Cook unable to turn it. Pass just out of reach. Here comes the counterattack. Strong move there. Shot on, but Burton with a good save, diving to her left. Well, Burton doing a good job coming up there, able to...
Yeah, we'll take another look at it. Burton just an absolute great job leading the whack in saves, and you see why. Her second save of the night just falls right on top of it, keeping the score in the direction of the Lopes.
Well, Portland here with possession. Plays it back to that defensive line. Lopes doing their best to pester that attack. Well, a through ball to space, but unfortunately not to the feet of a Portland State striker, so it'll run out for a GCU throw-in. Well, the referee takes exception to a late tackle. Kelsey Smith taking her time. Like she got stepped on that right foot, walking it off. Well played there to the corner, but out for a throw-in. Well, Smith there, or I'm sorry, Cook there with the foul. Portland will take quick restart from the looks of it. Now they'll readjust some. Decide to wait for all of the strikers to move up the pitch. Here's the strike. Strong header there by the Lopes. They have numbers in with Cook on the ball. Cook with the strike from distance, but it'll run wide.
You know, again, another opportunity for Mckenzie Cook. We talked about getting her going early on and getting her going throughout the entire game, and the opportunities have been there. It's just missed just a little bit too far to the right, but Mckenzie's got such great feet and such great footwork. She knows how to create space and give herself opportunities.
Well, the referee takes exception to some contact there. The Lopes with the free kick. Puts it wide for Belzer in the corner. That'll run for a corner. Good work there by Belzer. Well, Cook over to take the corner kick. Lopes setting up on that far goal post. The ball in without threat to the arms of Abby Feingold. Well, the Lopes feeling the pressure there. Elect to kick it out of bounds. Cook coming back on the defense. Bit of contact there, but nothing. Dangerous ball on to the keeper.
Great hustle by Camry Larson.
That through ball. The service across. Well defended by the Lopes. Cook on the ball. To Belzer. There'll be another foul. Technical area looking for a caution. That does not appear as though they'll receive it. Oh, the Lopes perhaps getting a little bit upset. That interaction bringing the ire of Coach Mallory Rutledge, comes over and talks to the fourth official, lets him know her concerns. The ball's through. We'll see if this stands. Yes, they are signaling for the goal. The Lopes able to find a way to ice the cake, get the go-ahead goal, making this match 3-1.
Yeah, we'll take another look at it. A great job by Camry Larson drawing in Fangold, and it just barely rolls right in. The second half woes for GCU are finally making their way out of the GCU Stadium, back at home and happy to be back. 3-1 Lopes lead.
Well, that's Larson's second goal of the match. She's the first Lope with 2 goals this season.
Yeah, Cameron Larson, a great job to get that one in for GCU.
The Lopes doing a good job here, keeping Portland from being able to respond. Up the sideline, but out of reach. Cook on the ball. Has moves, takes a look.
Oh!
Puts it to that far side and in off the post. A peach of a strike from distance. Able to put moves through and gets that on the right. Moves right to left, hitting that far side wall.
We talked about getting Mckenzie Cook going, and is she on fire? We'll take another look at it. We talked about the nifty footwork of Mckenzie Cook, and now the big right leg off the corner crossbar, putting it in, and the Lopes extending their lead even more now in the second half.
And they're able to do that from distance. We knew it was only a matter of time until Mckenzie Cook had an opportunity to get those goals. Once the floodgates were open, who knew what would happen? Here tonight for the Lopes, it's 4-1.
Turn the heat on high because the Lopes are cooking. 4-1 lead.
Well, Portland looking here to respond. They have a throw-in on the far sideline. Looks like that'll be nullified by a free kick in favor of the Lopes.
The Lopes come into this game, Luke, struggling in the second half. They have teams score on them early. They do get scored on early in this one, but how about these Lopes? They come out right after that and score 2 goals. They go into the second half where they've been struggling, and they score 2 more goals. A completely different team now out here on the field.
A spectacular performance here at home in front of the home crowd. That ball put into the arms of Abby Faingold. Well, the Havocs letting the Lopes know just how excited they are about what's going on. We're certainly excited up here in the booth. We'll see if they're able to continue this as we head into the last 25 minutes of this match.
Yeah, an obvious foul there from behind by GCU, but man, are they playing good. So good, 4-1 lead.
Well, and they're getting production, and they're doing it on not a lot of shots. 6 shots on goals, or 6 shot on goal, 4 of which finding the back of the net. Those are some good numbers.
Yeah, the Lopes offense is finally finding that efficiency that we've been waiting for all season. They've been shut out for the most part of the first half of this year. And I know the season just started, but now the offense is starting to click.
Well, Burton there coming up and making a good save, able to redirect the ball away. Lopes here in the center of the field with possession. Unfortunately, that one just out of reach will run out for a throw-in. Pestering there from the Lopes. Able to come up with it. Smith. And Portland able to come up with it. Opportunity, but runs wide. Strong defense there by Portland. But it will be a GCU throw-in, so they'll be able to get a chance to set up in the area. Perry Belzer comes up to take the throw-in. Belzer there looking for the strike, but instead it'll run out for a corner kick.
Another corner kick opportunity for GCU this time. Unsuccessful on their first 4. But let's see if lucky number 5 will change the tide.
The serve across, looking for a head. Unable to find anything and runs out to the midfield. Calmed there by Portland State. They have numbers behind. Good defense there by Kelsey Smith, able to intercept that pass. Unfortunately, Portland with their own interception there in midfield. And that will be a free kick in the center of the field for Portland. The referee will take his time setting up the wall. It'll be a traditional free kick. Now Gramada and Gillings over the ball. Now Gillings puts it in. Well defended there by the Lopes, able to clear it out. Able to find space on that far sideline. Smart play there to play it back to someone with real estate instead of trying to push the envelope. Plays it back to the back 4. Well, we talked about how the Lopes need to play East-West soccer. They're doing that today. They've maintained possession well. They've shown that they have confidence when they're on the ball and that they can pass. They're doing an excellent job here. Through ball there, into the middle, and that'll run wide. Good opportunity there for the Lopes.
I'll get you guys on the next one, all right?
Yeah, it just seems like a missed shot there by Inafuku on a pretty wide open net, but for the most part, no, not a bad shot at all. Just goes the wrong way, goes a little bit too far right than she'd like. A great opportunity for GCU. They still got a nice big lead. We're closing in on the 70th minute, so you can kind of take those mistakes.
Ladies, can we make sure we take the pennies up to the girls when we go up there? Thank you.
Well, Smith putting the ball back in. Portland State maintaining possession. Putting it wide. There's a little too much contact there for the man in the middle. So he elects to give a free kick to the Lopes. Able to find friendly feet. Brought across, but cleared out. Well, a couple of match balls being thrown there. Belzer here with the throw-in. Puts it into the area. That one will run all the way to the other corner. Put back in from there. Strong defense by Portland. A strong strike from distance. And a bit of a bobble there by Abby Fangold. Breely Hawkins doing an excellent job there, showing that she can threaten from well outside the area.
Yeah, Briley Hawkins feeling confident on that kick. I like it. They got a big enough lead to where those kind of kicks are really not a big issue. But I'll tell you what, Briley Hawkins almost knocked that one in. So let her boot him from as far as she wants.
It's always good to see players feeling good enough to take shots from distance. Let's take a quick replay of that. You can see she settles the ball, sees nobody's coming at her, so she decides, I'm just going to take a whack at it. Fangold bobbles it a little bit, but is able to recover.
Yeah, not a bad look from Hawkins at all from back there.
The Lopes here with the throw-in. Well, some contact there as Portland is able to get through. Good defense there by the Lopes. Able to snuff out that attack. Smith to the corner, but too far. Portland playing around and putting it down towards the area, but well defended. Castillo on the ball. Strong defense there by the Lopes to take it away. Well, a dangerous giveaway, but the Lopes able to recover. That one put down the field and out for a throw-in. Well, Jennifer Pippin will head in for the Lopes. Belzer here with the throw-in.
Yes, Kelsey. long now, Pen, not long.
Portland able to maintain possession.
26.
That one in dangerously.
Well done, Jaden!
Good job there. Able to kick it off of the striker and get a throw in. Well, Sandra Hill will head in for the Lopes. Good bit of play there. Able to find space. To the corner. Wisely. Just not enough there on the cross. Puts it into the feet of the defender. Good interception there. Maintaining possession. Challenging into the area, but taken away. That one will be kept in. Great work there by Ruffalo. Well, the referee unhappy with what he saw. Elects to give Portland a free kick. That free kick will go towards the area. Headed away. But to the feet of Portland. Lopes able to come up with the ball. With space. Looking to that far touchline, but unable to get it through. Strong attack by the Lopes. Smith with the interception to Hill. Martinez. And that attack is quelled. Lopes back at it. And elect to pass it back. Looking to the side. Hill. That one defended out for a goal kick. Well, the Lopes are doing a wonderful job here. They're using the whole pitch. They're using every inch of it, and they're showing that they have a lot of confidence over the ball. Lopes able to come up with the ball. Danger here with strikers on either wing. Well defended by the Lopes. But Portland strikes again. That one will run out for a GCU throw-in. Strong through ball there. Well defended. Portland looking to attack. It runs into the area, but well defended away.
Yeah, great defense by GCU. Clearing that ball out of the way and making sure that Portland stays off the board.
Certainly not ideal to give away a throw-in in the attacking third, but you would much rather have that than the ball at someone's feet in the penalty area. Well, Portland appealing to the referee for a foul, but their appeals fall on deaf ears. Burton will collect and will distribute to her left. Strong play here. Fortunately, too far. Portland will reestablish possession. That one will run out for a GCU throw-in. Smith with the header. That one will run back to Edwards, who will elect to use her netminder. Back to Edwards. Good touch there. Got space in the corner. Sandra Hill puts it across. Good touch there, but just over. Tried to chest it down. Unfortunately, the ball was a little bit higher than she thought. She got under it, and it went well over.
Yeah, not a bad look from GCU, and it all started with Sandra Hill on the far right, and Sarah Inafuku, a great look at the goal, just boots it a little too high. No harm done, though. GCU still leading 4-1. And we'll see if they can close it out with 10 minutes to go.
Well, I'm sure if we could give Inafuku another chance at that, she would take it in a heartbeat. Not the strike she was looking for, and not her typical strike, just off balance. The referee has given a free kick here. Lopes will take their time setting this up. That one played to the left, but intercepted by Portland. And right in front of the referee, he decides to give the free kick to Portland. Well, the kick is in from distance, but it's offside. The flag is gone on the far touchline. The Lopes will, or Burton rather, will set up for the free kick. Well, the referee will stop the match here. He's done waiting. He will issue a caution to Anna Whitaker for wasting time. The clock will stop with about 7.5 minutes to go. Well, late in the match like that, you almost have to pick up the pace a little bit, because regardless of whether you've been doing that the whole match, the other team is rearing to go, they're ready to play, and every second you take on a restart gets noticed. Well, that attack is in, but will run over the goal line without danger.
So anytime you see him go like this, yeah.
Burton with the goal kick. Just pushing her players up the field. She will distribute to her right, but it will fall to a Portland foot. Well, some strong defense there by Sandra Hill. The referee is unhappy with the amount of contact. Well, so the match is stopped. The referee is unhappy with the amount of dissent he's receiving from the technical area. He's cautioned one of the coaches. But we're back underway. 6 minutes to go. The Lopes leading 4-1.
Unlucky, Jade, unlucky.
I couldn't say it better myself. Rather unlucky there, just goes over that touch line. Assistant referee in good position to see that. Lopes get a throw in, but Portland able to come up with it. To the corner. Well defended there. Back to Burton. That'll run out for a Portland throw-in. Well, Hutchler will head on for Portland State as we head into the 86th minute. Service there to the middle. Finds a friendly head, but a bad touch. Lopes able to come up with it. Lopes come up with the throw-in. Well, 4 minutes left. Philip, these teams are starting to really rev it up. Is there anything we should be expecting here from Portland State?
I don't know about from Portland State, but I'm definitely expecting a GCU women's soccer team win. 4-1 with about under 3 minutes to go. GCU should be able to lock this one up and walk away with a big win. Portland State, just kind of take your small victories.
Opportunity. Puts it across the goal mouth. But Fangold able to recover.
I will say Abby Fangold has had some great saves early on in the game. I know GCU's kind of taken advantage of it. She had that one on Cameron Larson's second goal where it was a little unfortunate that it just kind of bounced right over her. But for the most part, Portland State should just take the small victories, just continue to play the strategy, continue to play well, and just go back home, have a safe trip back, and get ready for your next game.
Well, Portland State with the ball here. Good interception there.
And on the flip side, GCU should be happy that their second half monkey is off their back. And all they need to do is start to eliminate the early scores of opposing teams. Because again, Portland State in the first minute scored. Now it's been all GCU after that, but GCU is got to kind of turn that table on that side. They're playing much better in the second half, but just turn that around. Just play. Try to score first. And I know it's a little harder to say in soccer, but change the game plan up just a little bit more. They're playing great. Coach Leader made the proper adjustments tonight. The Lopes are going to walk away with a big win at home. They haven't been home in a month. Big welcome home party for GCU. A big win on both sides. The men's team beats Loyola Marymount earlier tonight. and then the women's get to finish it off with a huge 4-1 victory against Portland State. You got to be happy tonight in terms of soccer for GCU.
Well, then we'll see if the momentum from this match carries on to their game Sunday against Cal State Fullerton right here at GCU Stadium, 1 p.m. Lopes able to get it into the center. That one will run just past the upper 90.
Yeah, and GCU is going to have their hands full a little bit more with Fullerton. They are currently on a 2-game winning streak, and they have not let a goal up in either of those games. So 2 back-to-back shutouts for Fullerton, and we'll see if GCU can stay strong and get back-to-back wins at home.
Well, the Lopes are doing a great job of continuing to keep their foot on the gas. They're continuing to take shots from distance, even if those shots aren't on goal. Very pleased to see them doing that. Good takeaway there in the center of the field. Unfortunately, runs to Portland. We're moving into the last minute here. 4-1 GCU. Looks like something's working for them, because up until now, every single match has been decided by 1 goal. Little bit of extracurricular there. The technical area isn't happy. The crowd isn't happy. 20 seconds left. Let's get the ball back in action. Let's finish this one out. Great match here for the Lopes. Well, and that will do it. The Lopes able to improve to 2-7 here at home, able to break the trend of only winning by 1 goal, able to get production from multiple players, and able to get some players multiple goals. Great match for them. Great all-around match. Philip, I'm aware that you have decided on some players of the match for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mckenzie Cook, we discussed her in the beginning of the game that the Lopes needed to get her going. 2 goals tonight, 4 shots on goal, 7 shots in total. Mckenzie had a great game, and they needed the senior to get hot, and she did it tonight. But she's not the only one who put scores on the board. Cameron Larson, the sophomore, being a part of the team, putting the team on the board, 2 goals of her own as well. So it was the sophomore senior night. Larson with 2 goals, Cook with 2 goals. Larson, only 2 shots on the whole night they go in for. So 100% shooting percentage for her tonight. Great showing from both sides. The men's soccer team getting a win against Loyola Marymount. The women's soccer team finishing it out tonight against Portland State. It is a great night to be a Lope.
Well, and of course, those players of the game brought to you by the GCU golf course. Oh, good decision there. Great production by them. Mckenzie Cook getting a very well-received hug. Good production from her. She was able to get the monkey off her back, able to get that first goal of the season. Expect more big things from her.
It seemed like the entire team was able to get their monkey off the back, except the scoring initially. Of course, something that can be changed later on, but the second half, the Lopes played fantastic. They played fantastic since that first goal in the first minute. Absolutely all-around great play by the women's soccer team, and I am excited for the rest of the season.
Well, so a couple kinks here for GCU to iron out, but thank you so much for spending your evening here with us. The Lopes will be back Sunday at 1 p.m. for an exciting match against Cal State Fullerton. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. On behalf of our entire crew here at GCU TV, for Philip Katafmo, I'm Luke Larkin. Have a good night. Lopes up.